I grew up thinking that Muslims were terrorists and weapons of mass destruction.
Islam is the most slandered religion on earth.
Everything I do in life is of service to God.
So both entities are on earth and both entities are being tested on earth. That's it. It's just being loyal to your creator, which is very easy.
That way, I don't identify as a Muslim.
It's like cannibalistic. You're drinking his blood and you're eating his body. Why do I need to eat a guy's body and his blood in order to connect to God?
Right now, your heart's a Muslim.
Why have you decided to do Dawah on the street in a predominantly non-Muslim environment?
Knowledge is useless unless it is shared. If I learn something, if I don't pass it on to someone else, then what I know is completely useless.
You're touching the hearts and minds of people and you're getting them to see a truth. Very prominent in the field of Dawah. He goes by the name of Abdul Wahab and he's also known as the Warner.
Which is
Can I
give you a hadith, okay?
Well, because this is very specific. The way that you pray to God, the way that you understand God, the way that God influences you around you, as opposed to just being agnostic where you're like, it's possible, but I'm not really sure what my method is.
Inshallah, God guides you.
It's the relationship that's holding you back, not the existence. It's how you pray to God.
Yes.
Okay, so you're not agnostic. You believe in God.
I'm agnostic because it depends. Like sometimes I'm like, yes. Other times I'm like, no. I don't think we'll ever really know. So I always settle on you don't know. You just won't ever know.
But it's not about what do you believe?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to say. What do you believe?
I believe that God created everything.
Are you Muslim?
Yes.
Like, can you expand on what that means for you specifically?
So Muslim simply means one who is a servant to God. So everything I do in life is of service to God. If you look at any being, any function, anything, any part of the system, everybody worships something. Some people worship themselves, some people worship people, celebrities. That's very common. You see at concerts. God is the Almighty Creator.
So do you think that people can serve God in their lives and not self-describe themselves as Muslim?
Can someone serve? Well, that's the meaning of Muslim. So maybe you don't define yourself that way, but that is the translation.
You would think of them as Muslim, maybe they don't think of themselves as Muslim.
Well,
like for instance, if you believe in one creator and you believe only that creator is worthy of worship, and you don't worship or you don't attribute partners or equals to that creator, that makes you Muslim. Worshipping one God alone without partners. That's what Muslim is. Very simple.
So not idols, not
not symbols, not icons,
not President Trump, nothing except for God alone. But you can see people.
Only the one that created you and everything around you. Only that being is worthy of worship.
How do you envision that? Like, is that like a human being? Like, is that
Absolutely
like a
No. Human beings die. We go to the bathroom.
I also don't think it's a human being. I'm just curious, kind of like what your perspective is.
So Christianity promotes the idea of human being God. We don't.
I disagree with that.
Yeah, we disagree with that as well. We believe God is beyond human beings in every way, shape, and form. That there's nothing like God. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
and it's beyond our comprehension. Like we can't visualize. We can't something that.
As humans, we're limited in how we can even engage with that concept.
Exactly.
I'll give you an example of this entire world and whatever it contains. Is a wing of a mosquito to the Creator.
Yeah.
That's how small and insignificant this world is, right, to the Creator. But guess what? Even though this world is very tiny, insignificant to the Creator, we are extremely significant to the Creator. Because we are the most beloved creation of the Creator.
How do you know that?
Oh, well, because that's what heaven was created for us. It wasn't created for other beings. It was only created for us, and that's the greatest reward.
Us as in human beings, or like earth beings, or like what?
Yeah,
do you
so
mean
there's
by
different beings on earth. We believe there's human beings, and there's also Jinn, which is in the spirit world, right? So both entities are on earth, and both entities are being tested on earth. And both entities have the choice to either follow the Creator or go against the Creator.
Okay.
You either choose to follow, submit to the Creator, or you choose to
What
rebel.
does following the Creator look like?
Meaning you worship, only your head bows down to the being that created you and everything around you and that created the entire earth and whatever it contains. If you could do that successfully, meaning you only worship your Creator alone throughout your life, then paradise is the reward for those people. That's it. It's just being loyal to your Creator, which is very easy. I'm pretty sure you could do that.
I think we have probably different definitions of what our Creator and what loyalty to our Creator means, but I think we probably live very similar.
When I say loyalty
ideas.
to the Creator, meaning your worship only belongs to that Creator.
Yeah.
You don't worship anything else. So
Yeah,
that's
I
what
feel
I mean
like
by
I live
loyalty.
that way. I don't identify as a Muslim, and I feel like probably my understanding of Creator is different from
your understanding of creator.
I
I'm
think
not
we
sure.
have a similar understanding.
Maybe.
Well, she has a Quran. She didn't.
Well, yeah, I'm curious to check this out.
Cool.
Absolutely. Well, it's a gift from us to you. And then also this is a prayer manual that teaches you how to worship the Most High. So, like, do you believe, like, have you ever tried worshiping the Creator?
Well, I was raised Catholic, and I didn't really like the church.
So was I. I was raised Catholic.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Where?
whenever I prayed, where?
Yeah.
Well, I grew up in New Haven, Connecticut.
Okay.
So whenever I prayed when I was a kid, I prayed exactly how Muslims do.
I see.
I prayed to God alone. I didn't ask the Holy Spirit. I didn't ask saints. Catholics, you're supposed to pray St. Mary, St. Anthony. It's like, why am I going to ask this
All
dude?
these, like, in between bridges.
Let me cut out the middleman. Let's just talk to the Almighty.
I agree. Yeah.
That's
I don't
exactly
like,
what Islam is. It cuts out the middleman between man and God. Because that's where the business of religion comes in. Is you put a middleman between God and man, and guess what? That's where the money comes in. We say there's no middleman that you can connect directly to God.
I agree
You
with
don't
that.
need a priest, a pope. You don't need no one. You talk to God directly.
Why would you confess your sins to a priest like this dude?
I agree. I
What
feel
does
like
he
that's
know?
so performative. It's like, what's the point
See,
of
bro.
that? It's just like putting up a front and like taking a cute little picture and like first communion and like the social aspect of it, but
Yeah.
the spiritual connection is not reflected in that.
No, I mean, like, think about the idea of communion. It says Jesus' body and bread. So you're eating it's like cannibalistic. You're drinking his blood and you're eating his body. Why do I need to eat a guy's body and his blood in order to connect to God?
Like a big thing for me is like being raised Catholic. I was forced to go to mass every Sunday, and I would go to mass. I would see all these Catholics repenting and saying all these things, and like 5 minutes later, they would go outside and like trash talk each other and like act in such like immoral ways. I'm like, okay, you're just like here to perform, and then you go outside into the world and you act like you don't care how you're behaving in the world. I feel like I didn't ascribe as Catholic, but I'm like, I'm more moral. I'm thinking about like consequences. I'm thinking about other people, empathizing, like consideration, listening. So I feel like I don't have to ascribe to like a religion per se to be able to act morally and like in line with like the creator.
Well, to be honest, my sister, if you were to ask me, I would say right now your heart's a Muslim. In your heart, you're a Muslim. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, you believe in one God, correct? You believe God is not a human being like us, right?
Yeah.
Guess what? We're the only ones that believe that.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So the only option left for you if you want monotheism is Islam. But the Quran is there for you whenever you choose. You can open it up and
I'm curious to read it. I'm curious to check it out. Yeah.
Cool.
Well, I'm kind of curious what's your purpose in being here today? Just kind of like educating people about
basically,
it?
that's what we're here to educate people about Islam. Because most of the time people hear about Islam from non-Muslims, and mainly they hear about Islam from the enemies of Islam.
A lot of propaganda.
That don't want you to know the truth. So now
Like that
it's
kind of happens on both sides, yeah.
so now we're taking it into our own hands, and now Muslims are sharing the message of Islam instead of non-Muslims, the enemies of Islam, sharing the message to you guys. Because there's been a lot of false. Islam is the most slandered religion on earth. It's the most
Right,
attacked
especially
religion.
here in the
Do you
US.
know
Yeah,
why?
I grew up thinking that Muslims were terrorists and weapons of mass destruction,
Yeah.
and then you learn that wait, there were no weapons of mass
What was
destruction.
your process in like
I read about the Malcolm X autobiography when I was a kid, and he found Islam in jail. He converted, and it changed his life. And seeing how he conducted himself made me realize that there was something here, right? And I think it was compared to the Martin Luther King ideology, which is, Christians have this idea where you turn the other cheek. And so his way of protesting would be crossing the bridge, holding everybody's hands. Malcolm X was militant and powerful, saying that we need to stand up for what we believe in. And that's an Islamic belief. I've always resonated with him. So.
And if you have any questions or anything like that, if you want, you can find us on Instagram, and then there's more information there.
كاد تميز من الغيظ كلما ألقي فيها فوج سألهم خزنتها ألم يأتكم نذير قالوا بلى قد جاءنا نذير فكذبنا وقلنا ما نزل الله من شيء إن أنتم إلا في ضلال كبير وقالوا لو كنا نسمع أو نعقل ما كنا في أصحاب السعير فاعترفوا بذنبهم فسحقا لأصحاب السعير